they are well within the normal range. Hi guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, I know. I've been pretty busy. So some things that have happened. I went on vacation to Arizona. I stopped working at my old job. I had my last day. I moved across the state of New Hampshire to a new house. I started a new job. I got a new doctor. I think that might be all. So I apologize. There is a lot of sun out today, but I wanted to try a outdoor video, and I guess when you're outdoors, that's what you get to deal with. You get to deal with the sun. So I apologize for not having made a video for so long. It's not because I don't care about you guys. It's just that I was super busy. So big thing that happened a couple of weeks ago is that I switched doctors for my ulcerative colitis. So I got a referral from my old doctor because I moved across the state. My other doctor was going to be a couple of hours away, in emergencies and stuff like that. That's not really feasible. So I switched to a doctor over here, and he happens to be actually one of the best doctors in the country for ulcerative colitis and Crohn's, and so I'm pretty happy with that. I went there a couple of weeks ago, and the most thorough appointment I've ever had. I was in the office for an hour and a half, and 45 minutes of that was with my actual doctor. I actually went in and I had the nurse help me out. She took some information from me. Then I had my doctor come in. He asked me a couple of questions. It was my first appointment ever with him. And then he brought in also another doctor that's on his team. And she stayed with me for a bit and went through my entire history. And then my doctor came back in with an intern, research student, I think. And they came in and we all talked about my whole history. And then, I had a little bit of a physical exam and talked about my treatment plan. And he answered like every question I had, almost without me even having to ask the questions. And then the questions I did have, he answered them super well. So I felt really comfortable. So I came out of there with, I think, what is like a really good plan. And I feel super good about it. So what is the plan? The plan is this. Let's see if I can get it right on the first try. So basically I have to get blood work every 3 to 4 months, and that's because I'm on the Humira, and the Humira can have some significant side effects. Luckily in my age range, the chances are less, and also my gender makes the chances less. My new doctor, he did answer a lot of questions about the Humira for me, which I did have. So I'm going to get the blood work every 3 months. I already went a couple of weeks ago to get them for him, which I'll talk about more in a minute. So I'm going to do that, and then I have to have regular colonoscopies, which is probably going to be yearly, because in 2016 I had a polyp, and it was the kind of polyp that could turn into colon cancer, potentially. But the good thing is, because they're in there all the time checking out to see what's going on, they would catch it really early, so that's a positive side. If the average person that doesn't have Crohn's or colitis has some polyps, and they don't go and get a colonoscopy when they're 50, they could end up with advanced colon cancer and not even know. So that's one thing that's good about getting checked all the time. So I have to do that, and I have to see him every 6 months, and that's like when I'm doing well. I'll do every 6 months just for a check-in and whatnot. So I'm gonna do a colonoscopy in like the end of October, beginning of November, and that's because the best news from my appointment is that I am weaning totally off the steroids. I'm almost off. I'm on 5 milligrams every other day. Within the next week and a half, I'll be off. And so I'm really excited about that because I was getting some really, like, still the side effects from that. It's bad. It's terrible to be on prednisone for very long. So I'll be off of that very soon and continue with the Humira, continue with the nightly enemas, continue with the daily oral anti-inflammatory, and that's a plan for right now. Something that was pretty exciting is that I got a call last week from the doctor. It was actually one of his other doctors that he works with, who was in the room with me during my first appointment. She called with my lab results, and what they had to check was certain functions of your, like, kidney, liver, I think, and then also they had to check my white cells. Those are all good. My clotting levels were slightly high, but they said because if you have an inflammatory event, they can stay slightly high for a long time, which I did, and so they're not concerned. But then they also checked to see what my inflammation levels were in my body, and currently, ready? Are we ready? Currently, they are well within the normal range. So I haven't had inflammation levels well within the normal range for 3 years. Probably longer than that because I didn't get them checked before that. So that's pretty big news. So that pretty much shows that the Humira and the steroid combo was working, because I was on 10 milligrams of prednisone when I took that. But he said under 20, usually when you go off the steroid, doesn't make a difference. So it seems that the Humira is working, and I'm just fingers crossed that it can keep working. I can not have side effects from it and just get like a reprieve from the just uncomfortable, like, not knowing kind of, I don't want to say terrible, because the last 3 years of my life haven't been terrible, but there's been some bad times, and health-wise, and I really just am just praying that I have a reprieve now for a little while on this, and that this keeps working. But I feel very confident with this new doctor, and you know, he's one of the best, and his team is the best, and they're going to take care of me. I feel very confident in the plan, and that I'm going to be so closely monitored, and so I'm really, really excited about that. I am going to miss my old doctor. I think I'm going to send him a thank you note. So what I got to do now moving forward is continue to do those 3-month to 4-month blood tests, and I gotta make sure I go to all my appointments and do what I need to do for that, and then just live life. You know, I started a new job, and this was my first week. I had orientation. For those of you that don't know this, I work in the school system, and I was a behavior specialist for the past 5 years, and this year I am going to be a school counselor. I have my degree in that. That's what it has been in. But I wasn't able to find a job in that 5 years ago, so I took something as close as I could, and I liked it, and I stuck with it. But now I'm moving on to the actual, like, dream job that I want to have, which is a school counselor in an elementary school. And I've been setting up my office this week, and my own office, one school, no traveling around to different schools anymore. I have a very short commute now, which I had been doing a very long commute last year. I think I mentioned in one of my videos it was 2.5 hours of commuting a day last year. So it's been like a very good couple of months for me, and I'm looking forward to the next period of time being awesome, and, you know, feeling good and enjoying feeling good as long as I possibly can. It's just such a blessing, and I know sometimes I worry that the medication is worse than the ailment sometimes, and I'm not saying I don't have that that worry anymore that it's gone, but I've never felt this good for a long time. It's been a long time since I felt this good, and so I'm very grateful that I live in a time where this can be treated better, more effectively than people that are older than me have had to go through this process. You know, prednisone used to be like the only option if you were really bad, and things were severe. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Absolutely. So guys, I'm really glad that I was able to come back and put a little content for you, give you an update on what's going on with my health and with my life. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe below. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe. I only have 38 followers right now on YouTube, but I would absolutely love to have more followers. I have so many. I have like almost 200 followers on Facebook. So if you're following me on Facebook, please follow me. Also on YouTube, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you know anybody that struggles with Crohn's, colitis, or any kind of autoimmune disease, you think this page would be helpful to them and this content would be helpful, please share this with them and so they can have access to that. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next time.